From Washington, here is the news in VOA Special English. French tanks have left Bamako, the capital of Mali, and started moving north toward the area under control of Islamist militants. VOA reporter Anne Look says the tanks are believed to be joining other French military positions. She reports that France is increasing its forces in Mali. 100 more French vehicles arrived from Ivory Coast on Tuesday, and many more are coming from Chad and France. Militants took control of northern Mali after the government collapsed in March. The militants have demanded that people follow Islamic law. French President François Hollande said Tuesday that French forces will stay in Mali until the situation is calm. Mali is a former French colony. A Syrian rights group says 2 explosions killed at least 52 people Tuesday at the University of Aleppo in Syria's largest city. The Britain-based Syrian Observatory for Human Rights told VOA that no one has claimed responsibility for the explosions. The rights group also said it expects deaths from the attack will increase. Syrian state television described the explosions as a terrorist attack, but did not provide other details. Government and opposition activists blamed each other for the explosions. Aleppo has suffered continued violence since rebels launched an attack on the city in July of 2012. The university is in government-controlled territory. A suicide bomber has killed an influential Sunni lawmaker and one of his guards in Iraq's western Anbar province. Thousands of people have been holding daily protests there against Shiite Prime Minister Nouri al-Maliki. Ifan Sa'adoun al-Isawi died Tuesday when his attacker blew himself up nearby. The bombing happened at a building project in Fallujah, west of Baghdad. The lawmaker was one of the major founders of a group of Sunni tribal militias who joined forces with the United States military to fight al-Qaeda in 2006. Pakistan's Supreme Court has ordered the arrest of Prime Minister Raja Pervez Ashraf on charges of corruption. At the same time, anti-government protesters are demonstrating in the capital, calling for the dismissal of the government. Officials reportedly say the court ordered that the Prime Minister and 15 others be arrested in a case linked to private power stations. The reports appeared on Pakistani television. The charges are linked to Mr. Ashraf's former job as Minister of Water and Power. He is accused of taking illegal payments or bribes for making it possible to build power plants. Mr. Ashraf has denied the accusations. Observers say the arrest orders may worsen tensions between the government and the courts. You are listening to the news in VOA Special English. United Nations nuclear experts will visit Iran on Wednesday to continue their investigation into Iran's disputed nuclear program. The UN's Atomic Energy Agency and the West are concerned that Iran is developing a nuclear weapon. Iran says its nuclear energy program is peaceful. The visit comes as international diplomats are trying to open talks again with Iran about its nuclear goals. The last time negotiators met, in Russia in June, the talks did not go well. Both sides wanted their demands met and offered little in return. Madagascar's president says he will not be a candidate in May's presidential election. Andry Rajoelina took power in a coup in 2009. The president spoke in a televised speech on Tuesday. He said he is sacrificing himself for his country's citizens. Mr. Rajoelina is answering a call from the European Union and African leaders not to try to stay in power. The White House says that President Barack Obama will announce a plan on Wednesday to help stop gun violence in the United States. The plan is based on suggestions from Vice President Joe Biden. Mr. Biden was appointed to study the problem and meet with groups on all sides of the issue. White House spokesperson Jay Carney told reporters the plan will include actions both the President and Congress can take. A large group that supports gun rights, the National Rifle Association, has said it will fight any laws to restrict people having guns and ammunition. The White House said Tuesday that children who are concerned about school safety will join Mr. Obama for the announcement Wednesday. Last month, a school shooting in Connecticut left 20 young children and 6 adults dead. A major credit rating agency is warning the United States that it may need to review the nation's credit rating. The Fitch rating agency says it will consider a downgrade if the government does not quickly solve a dispute over borrowing. However, the agency says it expects Congress will eventually increase the amount the government is permitted to borrow. In that case, the agency says, the risk that the United States will not be able to pay its debt is extremely low. American television talk show star Oprah Winfrey is confirming that cyclist Lance Armstrong admitted he used drugs to help win the Tour de France. Armstrong reportedly made the admission in an emotional interview with Ms. Winfrey on Monday. It is to be broadcast on Thursday. Armstrong has denied for many years that he used drugs to improve his cycling. But in August, the American Anti-Doping Agency said it had evidence that Armstrong was involved in using performance-enhancing drugs, or doping. The International Cycling Union then canceled Armstrong's 7 Tour de France wins. The group said he is never permitted to compete in cycling again. Armstrong may also have to pay legal fines and return millions of dollars in awards. He could also spend time in jail for telling a federal court that he never used drugs.